hello. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. So yesterday we just kind of did like some MISC fixing, or not fixing, but optimizations. It was good. It was fine. It was good. It was fine. It was good. Today I'm going to look into the scene mesh thing that Dr. Elliott sent me. We're going to try and get that up and running and going here. Hello, welcome. Me, one merriment. You know, I think I'm flip-flopping on my position that pinning the message does nothing. I think it actually does do something. I think it does cut down. It doesn't eradicate the problem completely of people asking the same questions over and over, but it does help. I think. Oh, let's turn the volume off. Yeah. How much setup I have to do here, man. I really want this to be more automated. Okay, let me pin a message. UE, C++, game dev. We'll just do RPG. Procedural. Right. There we go. Pin that. All right, let's get started here. So Dr. Elliott sent me a really cool piece of information, which is that you don't need a component to render a mesh. You can just do it directly through the scene. What is the scene? I'm not totally sure. The scene. Watch that video. Yeah, so I got a video here.
Hello and welcome. It's today's last session. And
I hope this isn't
my name is
copyrighted.
Jarosław Rudzki. I am senior core engineer working with the CDPR. And today I'm gonna talk to you about how small open doors can lead to better CPU utilization and bigger games. But first of all, I want to thank all the engineers that were involved in the work I'm going to present today. On the CDPR side, Andrzej Uszakov and Jarosław Bronisz, he was working with me to build some of the tech I'm going to present today. And on the Epic side, Dominik and Zach, they were very helpful with bringing some of the changes to the engine and working with us to make the Unreal better for the programmers. They're going to
Okay. Entity. Ooh, entity.
Important thing about the cities. And the last part is entities. And there may be two important things about the system. The one is that we try to map one entity to the component. And the second, that we actually don't build that for the cache friendliness.
Turbo structures.
Entity being representation of the single component. The data. We allow you to 150 mostly. We have still some of in the left vanilla and
okay. 1600 animated skeletal meshes, vanilla versus turbo. Yeah, I'll say that's a lot better. Holy shit, that's a lot better. I'm actually surprised they were able to get 1600 skeletal meshes animated before. That's actually still pretty impressive on the before side. That's at like what, 45 FPS ish? I'll stick with my VAT stuff, thank you very much. But yeah, I'm just gonna grab the code Elliot sent me. Maybe let's watch
to hope for 60 milliseconds
the first part of this.
Target budget and 60 FPS. If you look closely, you're gonna see that we have some NPCs moving around. We have skeletal meshes that update. But the issue happens when the player starts roaming around, when he starts moving. Seemingly, what you would see is that we start streaming. You have those two massive events that happen during that time. One is update level streaming. This is the place where we construct our actors, where we construct our game content. And at the beginning of the frame, we have processing of asynchronously loaded assets. We have async loading thread, but we still have to rely on a game thread to process post-load registration of some specific
get to the good stuff.
Assets.
Give me the good stuff.
But your game didn't change. The game is doing specific systems like animations at the beginning and in your game scene. But this is because fewer unique assets. And you have our side is that the streaming is the most important thing for the open world game. You're gonna constantly stream in and stream assets. You're gonna constantly stream in and stream exactly what happens. And if we would do it properly,
we're just talking about level streaming here, actor component.
But we have to remember how many tools we have that use those primitives. And I'm not sure if we can ensure that all of them gonna work after. We posed ourselves a question: what we could do if we wouldn't have to rely on that actor and component? What if we could create those proxies without ever creating a U component?
Yeah.
So we decided to build this simple demo. And basically, this is 10,000 static meshes that they are animated with scene function. And what we did, we introduced changes to the engine that allowed us to create the render proxy without creating actor and component. And I want to shortly describe what we saw when we initially built that prototype.
Yeah.
This is profiling data.
Okay, let me look at this. Game thread wait for task. Oh, they're doing it. Update all scene infos on the render thread. Okay. Yeah, the render thread is by far, it's 56 milliseconds. Yeah, so update all primitive scene infos 34 milliseconds is what I'm seeing here.
From the vanilla implementation of that.
So for context, this is CDPR talking about some changes, CD Projekt Red, you know, like the Witcher devs, talking about some changes that they made to Unreal Engine that I'm going to try and utilize here.
Up and down the meshes. And you immediately see this massive parallel for that happens there. It spans across multiple cores, and it tries to move the update to the render thread. It includes the render thread update. And then you have the render thread.
And then the callback on the game thread is 35 milliseconds after that.
Almost everything on the render thread was single-threaded, and it was processing one by one all those updates. But when we ran our proof of concept, what you're gonna immediately see is that we removed everything from the gameplay, from the game thread. We had.
Didn't they move it into a plugin for UE6, or was that something else? What plugin are you referring to?
Own thread that was doing exactly the same, and we.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
We didn't have any massive parallel for because we decided that we wanna batch those calls. And if you look closely on the render thread, you're gonna see that we actually broke the flow of the render thread, but we were okay with that because we understood what was happening there, and we understood that we have to fix that.
Bro, it's got to be so crazy being like a CDPR dev and like working in a proprietary engine, or like literally building your own engine, like, you know, state of the art kind of engine, and then you come over to the U Unreal Engine world, and then you just start tearing it apart, like roasting it essentially.
But immediately,
I wish I had that level of experience.
We realized that we went from 16 milliseconds on average to 40 milliseconds because we changed the approach how we interact with all those systems. We actually removed all this parallel processing, the send of end of frame updates, the process. We had some spawn improvement, but since we were working on the worker thread, that wasn't really important for us. It was enough that those primitives lived and died on different threads.
Yeah, dude, just being able to move primitives around on separate threads is going to be huge for me. Because right now, anything that moves, it has to move on the game thread for me. Anytime I set location, whether it's an actor or a static mesh, instant static mesh, it has to change on the game thread.
But the render thread become our immediate main focus because it wasn't efficient enough. If you look closely, the parallel 4, we were constantly hammering the same lock. We are allocating memory again and again for small bits and pieces. But we didn't saw it as a big issue. We knew what was problematic, and we had some ideas what we can do about it.
Fast geometry streaming plugin. Yeah, so I think that's something else that not what I'm focusing on here. I'm trying to do essentially I'm going to try and be creating meshes without a component.
And at that point, we actually contacted our colleagues at Epic, and we discussed how we could improve that. And Jaroslav Bronisz and Zach Bettel, they actually work on that very heavily. They implemented new queue. They tried to offload some of the work to pipe threads. And I'm really happy to tell that exactly the same scenario with Unreal 5.4 is around 32 milliseconds long. You immediately see that the queue it's in much better condition right now. The rent.
Okay, I kind of just want the juice now. Give me the juice.
Sync new version of the engine. And for me and for a lot of us, that process was always very difficult. So we wanted to figure out...
They have tags on their changes that they've merged. So you can go look up, I guess you can go look up CDPR pull requests.
Out the way how we could do all the things we wanted to do with the engine. Things that are, again, I'm happy to report that Dominic actually implemented all that. He introduced additional structures to the engine, and I will try to briefly describe to you what they do and what you can do with them. The first group of structure is a proxy description. The proxy description basically allows you to provide the proxy with the data needed for initialization. And the thing is, Dominic did something pretty cool because he already implemented the function for you, initialize from. And if you look inside that, you're gonna see all the code you need to write to initialize that proxy. But the even cooler thing is, if you write to initialize that proxy.
Okay, initialize from. Let me look that up real quick. Initialize from, that's a spline thingy, spline mesh component. Am I not seeing it? This is spline scene mesh proxy desk. Where are the other ones? Static mesh scene proxy desk. Oh, I have CPP checked. That's probably why. Static mesh scene proxy desk. Scene proxy desk. Oh, I saw it. There we go. Go there. Okay, we have it open.
But the even cooler thing is, if you figure out how to serialize the proxy data, you can recreate it without ever changing the engine. The second group is a scene description. The scene description is a structure that will allow you to provide scene interface with all the data needed to properly put proxy inside the scene, like bounding box. And again, we have already implementation, and we can look how Epic implements that for the primitive component.
Okay, that's good. I'll post this. Let me post this just in case people want to watch that video. Just in case you guys want to watch that video, I'll keep that open. But we're gonna. Elliot kind of already did the hard work for me, so he gave me some code. God, I put that 5 times. Jesus, sorry about the spam there, but if you guys want to watch that, let me open Discord here, and I'm just gonna start copy pasting Elliot's code here. So let me. Okay, so shout out Dr. Elliot for this. Yeah, I guess let's create a little test lightweight spawner as well. We'll do the same thing just to kind of play around with it. What do I want to put this? Where do I want to put this? Utility sounds great. Sounds great. I guess we're going to create an actor. A test lightweight spawner. Spawner? I barely know her. Okay. A8. Oh, I messed up the name. Oh well. Oh well. Get rid of all that, actually. Well, not begin play. We'll do begin play can stay. Begin play can stay. Okay. Okay, so what are we doing here? So he has this F-test proxy data. What is test proxy data? What is F-test proxy data? We do all this data and stuff like that. Scene desk. I guess he just made a struct to like contain all this stuff. Static mesh scene proxy is mainly what we're looking at here. So let me. I guess this is a pointer, but I think it's a raw pointer. F static mesh scene proxy. Let me just type in scene proxy. F light scene, primitive scene, instance data. Ooh, skeletal mesh scene proxy. Dynamic mesh scene proxy. There's a lot of scene proxies. We'll stick with the static mesh one for now. Proxy. I think this is probably the main part. F static mesh scene proxy, and then he gives a proxy desk. So let's look up what that is. So we give it. I guess there's multiple constructors. So let's look at each of these here. Static mesh scene proxy desk. Okay, yeah, let's just like pop open one of these bad boys here too. Proxy desk, we'll throw that in there. Proxy desk, and then what else? What else do we have here? Oh, spline, get that out of here. Force LODs share static lighting. True, sure. We can share, right? We can share. Incomplete. Okay, let's import it here. All right, let me see. What else are we doing here? Get a real job, says YouTube Shorts Doom Scroller. Nice try. Nice try. Let's see here. Data, scene info, scene proxy. Okay. World, sure. Yeah, so I guess then the juice here is just we would want to give. I probably need to add the static mesh to the proxy desk. Static mesh. And I guess let's put one on this actor. Let's put one on this actor. We can't make that public or anything. We'll go public. T object pointer. Make it a U property. Edit anywhere. And this is going to be U static mesh. Yeah. We'll throw that on there. Okay. Let's see. Proxy desk. What else do I want here? Let's finish this get world. Scene. Add primitive. Proxy. I need scene desk. What is scene desk? Description. What does this take? Scene add primitive. Scene description. It's U primitive component. What is scene description? Can I ask a very specific question, which I don't have a clue about, and how would you do it in Unreal Engine? Yeah, of course. Those are I like those questions. Because then I can give a really specific answer. So yeah, fire away. I'm trying to figure out what Elliot was doing with his scene desk here. Which I guess is just a primitive component, but I thought we weren't having to do that. What is a primitive component? Oh, there's another one. Okay. Another one. Okay. Scene desk. That makes sense. Makes more sense. And you do want a pointer to that. Sure. Sure. Which I may need to hang on to that actually. So let's throw that over here. Import it there. Scene desk. And I guess I would probably want to... I guess we're just going to spawn one thing at first. Update primitive transform as well. Okay, do we need to do that? Primitive transform. Now the scene description here, we need to do some things too, I suppose. World equals get world, sure. Scene description dot primitive U object equals owner. Scene desk dot proxy desk equals proxy description. What is proxy description? Pray tell. Primitive scene proxy desk. Okay. Is that not the same thing as this? It is. So we can do this. Make a pointer to it, which probably means we'll need to keep that around. Stick that there for now. Let me see. What probably need to do some more here. Custom primitive data, which I don't have. We're gonna leave that out. Nanite resources pointer. Interesting. Okay, so we can do like nanite things. Nanite shenanigans. Why not, right? Static mesh. Get render data. Nanite resources pointer dot get. Hope that exists. Proxy desk.world equals get world. Proxy desk dot owner equals owner. Owner, barely know her. Okay. Scene equals get world scene. And scene. Component ID. Component ID. Scene info data primitive scene ID. Now where is that coming from, Elliot? What have you done here? Primitive scene ID. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that should be. Scene info data, scene proxy. I mean, maybe that's just an ID I can set. But anyways, proxy description has been set. Primitive scene data. Scene info data. That is scene info data. Scene info data has a primitive scene ID on it. I don't know where he's setting that though. Scene description, local bounds. Okay, scene desk, local bounds, static mesh, get bounds. I'm still better at WoW than you. Just finished, is that Warcraft 3? Warcraft 3 was a great game. I might have to go back and finish it again myself. Scene desk Render matrix. That sounds interesting. Scene desk dot attachment root position. Get actor transform, get location. So we're just gonna do that. Scene desk dot bounds. Oh, reforged? Ew. Ew. Old graphics for the win. Transform by get actor transform. Add primitive update. Okay, yeah, that's I mean, we're missing a little bit in that. Proxy desk dot component ID. Primitive scene data that gets set there. Okay, let's rebuild this and see what happens. Okay, what do you got for me, Billy? Let's say I have a lot of huge static meshes. I want to spawn things like this. Okay, that's pretty fucking crazy. I want to spawn things like this on the static mesh in random coordinates, preferably on the front face. Then I want to somehow, if I interact with my cursor with the static mesh, I want to say if what I'm interacting with is the shader or not. And depending on it, I want to shrink the surface of the shader. And that shader spawns in a random way. Could be a circle, rectangle, polygon with 20 sides. Yeah, so that's getting into the render side of Unreal, which I'm not as good at. And so you have these little shader things bouncing around or moving around on very large static meshes. I think what you would have to do... So I know you can get some material data from like a hit, like a line trace or something like that, but I don't think that's going to give you... I don't know if that gives you like... that the enough information that you would need to make that distinction or not, because you can, I think you can get like UV coordinates from like a line trace, and so if you know, and I just don't know what you would do with those to like look up, you know, what is the shader doing at this point, right? So I think maybe my first thought is to where that shader is placed on the mesh. You could just make it a decal, and that would be a lot easier, but that's going to be a little bit less performant, right? Because each decal is an additional draw call. So that's going to be slightly less performant there. That is going to be slightly less performant. But that way, if you can just do the line trace and it's like, if you hit the decal, you know, voila. That's like probably the easiest, most naive way to do it. And then like the random position is something that you calculate outside of the shader just in some code. And then you place, you know, you just place the decal at whatever randomly generated location it is, right? There's probably another way you could do it, wherein you could pass in a randomly generated location into the material graph as like custom data, or not custom data, but like a graph parameters or something, and then that dictates where the shader is rendered, and then you would just need to, like, when you do a line trace or whatever, you like kind of just store a list of all the random locations and their bounds, and then you kind of manually do the check saying, hey, am I within the... And then that way you get around the decal part of it, right? So basically you just have a list of all the random locations. Hopefully the bounds are like static, maybe. If not, you need a list of those bounds. You'd have to iterate through those and check which ones the line trace potentially intersects. Then that way you get around the downside of decals, wherein, you know, you don't have to do the additional draw calls, but then that would just make the material graph quite a bit more complicated. So I don't know, you know, where your strengths lie. The decal thing would probably be the easiest for me. Because like a decal is just like show a shader on whatever's underneath it, right? So, and that has its own kind of like bounds and collision settings and stuff. So yeah, I think the decal one would be easier for most people. I'm sure Prismatica would have like a crazy a crazy way to do that. Oh, I never added the custom, I'm noticing now, custom primitive data pointer to custom. Oh, I don't have custom primitive data. What is that? Is this a T array? F custom primitive data. We'll just like custom primitive data. We'll just, yeah, throw that there for now. Okay, let's go to my test level here. And shall we create a blueprint for this guy? Let's do, what did I call this? A test lightweight spawner. Test lightweight spawner. Yeah, create one of those. BP test lightweight spawner. Barely know her. I wish you knew how to code. I found some apps to start, but I didn't begin yet as occupied with university work. Oh yeah, that sucks, man. But I have huge respect for skilled coders. Oh, thank you. That's quite a stark contrast to the guy who came in here and told me to get a real job because in a year anyone's going to be able to create GTA 6 with a single prompt. So thank you for that. I've seen how much perseverance it needs. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's got a learning any skill, right? You do need a perseverance. You got to push through how it feels really fucking bad at first. Just want to know, what is an ECS? It stands for Entity Component System. It's like it's a data-driven architecture that focuses on CPU cache locality to really efficiently run like thousands and thousands and thousands of NPCs. Yeah. I knew I needed to do line trace, but I don't know calculating if I'm hitting the shader or not because the shader has its size grow/shrink. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. I mean, is that what your shader is? What you showed me? Because like that's a complicated. Like this. Like what if you hit the black in between these lines or something? You know, I mean, like that's. Yeah, this is a complicated one. Now, if you had like per vertex information, that would be a lot easier, but this you would not be able to do something like this in a per vertex way. Yeah, I think if you just need the hit within like the bounding box of that shader that you showed me, the component would, or the decal would be fine for that. That would work perfectly. But if you need like, you know, if they hit the center of that, you know, you don't want that to count. That's going to be more complicated. And yeah, I don't know enough about the rendering side of Unreal to help you though. So I'm sorry about that. Anyways, let's, this just needs a static mesh, right? Where is your static mesh? Static mesh, what are we spawning here? Let's just do the ALS static mesh here. Which one? That is the right one, okay. Yeah, the decal should be able to give you a really naive version of what you're saying. Oh, I need to actually add the shit. Hang on. I need to actually add it into the world. Put that at 0, 0. Oh, and I need to turn off my spawning. Hang on. Oh, it didn't like that whatsoever. It did not like that whatsoever. Now, if you could give me the line of code that happened on, that would be great. That would be great. Static mesh scene proxy. Constructor. Static mesh scene proxy constructor. Proxy desk. The custom primitive data. We want that to be filled out. Okay. Okay, so that was my first issue. And we're failing on what now? What now? Get custom primitive data. Which I guess is null, or it's empty. It's just a T array of floats. Like, I could have been more mature about sharing his opinion. He was a troll. He was not interested in maturely sharing anything. He just came here for some attention, really. The thing about AI prompt-based coding that I have observed is that it can never innovate, and human creativity will be undisputed for a long time before AI can keep up. Thank you for the follow, Undisputed. Welcome in. I mean, I think it can innovate. I think it can innovate. And I think we've seen, like, there was an example of, what did they call it? Google's, like, I forget what the model, it was like Alpha, was it AlphaFold? Or, like, they made some compute model that innovated a faster, what was it? Was it like a faster Dijkstra's algorithm or like a faster matrix multiplication or something? I think it was a faster matrix multiplication, which like led to increasing performance of LLMs, which is like a lot of matrix math, multiplying matrices together. And so it did innovate a performance improvement in that way. So I think it can, like, I think, you know, some more narrow models can actually innovate, but I think it is kind of a crapshoot. Like, it's not, you can't just say like, hey, innovate for me, and it does it, right? It's kind of just like, you know, it can happen, but you can't rely on it. So yeah, I agree with you in that human innovation and creativity will continue to be important. I agree with you there. Yeah, so why don't we like the custom primitive data when we're creating this? In proxy desk, custom primitive data. Oh, I guess I never like reran that. Well, we're just gonna keep hacking away at this until it works, I suppose. Oh, I guess I need an in play too. Yeah, hang on, let's do that. Okay, thank you. Can we stop that? Get world. Scene. Remove primitive. Scene desk pointer. Barely know her. In queue render command. Okay, what is he doing there? I don't know what he's doing there. So we're gonna skip it. And for reference, those just joining in, Dr. Elliot, friend of the channel, hit me up with some yummy goodness here. And what he hit me up with was, you can create meshes without creating components, which is huge for my ECS system, because for the actual like entity representations, like whether they're an actor or they're an instant static mesh component, like I have to move them on the game thread. So anytime a location of an entity changes, I have to do like a set location or something in some way. And that's a performance bottleneck. So if I'm able to get this working, this will be huge, because then I can parallel process my movements, which is just another performance benefit. Okay, nothing spawned. We didn't crash, but nothing spawned. Did it save? I don't know if we actually saved that. Oh yeah, we didn't actually save it. Okay, there we go. Oh, look at that. Cute. Okay. I'm just gonna wear his skin for a moment here. Oh yes, feels so nice. Oh, his skin feels so nice. My poor girlfriend in the other room listening to me. I'm sorry. Okay, so custom primitive data, I suppose, is just like an array of information, of floats. So what do I need to... I think the custom primitive data is like... that would be like my instant static mesh data. And I think my first 3 are the color. Let me... Where do I do that at? Where do I do that at? Where do I apply? Probably an add into the ISM instance. There it is. Static ISM. Yeah, RGB is the first set. Nah, bro. But you guys don't like wearing someone's skin? Don't be weird. And then the animation information. Yeah. Okay, so the first 3 are RGB, so I could go RGB, so I could go like 0, 0, 1 if I wanted him to be blue, I hope. We'll see if this works. I guess I don't have a material applied. Yeah, how would this work? Well, there's a material on the mesh, right? Yeah, okay, now he's blue. Perfect. Okay, so that does work. Let me take a closer look here. He's a slightly different blue than me. He's also a little cattywampus here. He's a bit catty. His face looks melted. I try this one. Does this one look any better? That one looks way better. Why does the vertex one look so bad? Why does it look so bad? That one looks great. Oh, is it because it's nanite? Let's open up both of these static meshes, why don't we? Hold Alt to open instead. Ah, yes. Why are these different? Is it the materials that are bad? What folder are you in? You are... Okay, right one is my VAT one. Yeah, so it's a nanite version. Okay, let's turn nanite off for a second. He still looks terrible. His face now looks like Deadpool's, yeah. What is different between these two skeletal meshes? Triangles 16544. Triangles 2. Oh, he's just like a super shitty LOD. Although it doesn't look as bad in editor here. In the editor window. This looks fine. Why does it look so bad in game? Okay, what is the difference between these two guys? I don't know very much about like the static mesh editor or anything like that, so... Absolutely. So right is my VAT guy. I don't think he's that. The only thing that's immediately different is nanite, which I took that off and it didn't seem to make a change. General settings. That doesn't look much different either. That doesn't look any different. Yeah, it looks fine. Why does it show up so bad though? Like I do see that the triangle count is lower on the right, but he looks fine. Why do you show up in editor like that, or in gameplay like that? Hang on, do the spawner ones show up like that too? I've actually never really taken that close a look. Give me like 100. Pause it here. I mean, that you look fine. He looks fine. His eyeballs don't. I think I know the issue with that though. But the actual shape of his body is fine. Okay, so this is just something to do with the scene. Why does he look like that? Why does he look like that? Elliot, what did I forget? I didn't, there aren't things that I didn't do here. Oh, the static lighting, let's set that to false. And a primitive scene ID. Primitive scene ID, which I don't know what that should be. Scene info data dot primitive scene ID 1. This is probably for like custom data stuff. Is it not a primitive component ID? It is. Why are you mad? I can't instantiate that with... Do I have to do like dot ID? Primitive ID value equals 1. Okay, we'll try that. His eyeballs are green too. Yeah, that is. I just kind of set every material to a color, so... Changes the eye color there. Okay, does that, No, he's still all squashed. He's all squinched. He is all squimshy. Oh, my guy's eyes are all fucked up too. IGS Ghost, man, what's up? Welcome. We're trying to create meshes without components, which I have successfully done using the scene. But he looks all fucksy wucksy. Let's try a different static mesh altogether. Well, no, but I tried this one and it looked fine. What kind of let's maybe turn off the nanite resources. See what happens here. Nah, he still looks all fucked up. Let's turn off spawning there. Test lightweight spawner. Let's rotate you negative 90 degrees. Oh, he's looking at me. Yeah, he is all fucked up. He is all fucked up. What else do we have on this proxy desk here? Disallow nanite. Let's set that to true. See what happens. See if nanite has anything to do with it. And then turn off nanite on here. Or mayhaps. Still fucked up. Yeah, I don't know if nanite's doing it. Has anything to do with the issue here. Proxy desk. Nanite draw mesh collision. Take my leave now and have dinner drinks. Nice. Oh, some water and take care. Hope your code and the renders go well and the chat enjoys the results. Thank you, man. Thanks for stopping by. And enjoy your dinner. Horse LOD model. So would 0, maybe the, it is set to 0. Min LOD is set to 0 as well. Well, it's probably not going to help. What else do I have here? I mean, is it just because of the... Let me just drag this into the world, like, just to compare. Yeah, that ain't... Oh, Jesus. Oh, that guy has collision on him. Okay. But yeah, those don't look the same. Those do not look the same. Static mesh. Yeah, we'll just have to keep looking at some of these parami boys. Scene, component ID. Yo. Scene info data. Attachment counter, thread safe counter. None of that looks relevant. None of that looks relevant. Is there any proxy information? Draw static elements. It's like it's doing it. Hang on, let me see if I can find the LOD that it might be rendering here. Where do you change the LOD? Oh, there's only one. So what are you doing then? What graphic library are you using? This is Unreal Engine. So that's all handled by the engine. This is not my own engine that I've written, choosing a graphics library to do so. Let me, is it rendering as nanite, I wonder? Nanite. Wait. Where did my nanite views go? Am I crazy? Didn't they used to be here? Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Why did that go away? Oh, now it's here. Okay. Weird. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, it didn't like... Well, did I turn off the... I did turn off the nanite resources, so that might make sense, yeah. Yeah, so that crashed. That crashed. Is there anything else I wanted to do in here? Get dynamic mesh elements. Thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Git man. I mean, this is all just a bunch of git stuff. Don't need to git things. I probably need to set things. Okay. Yeah, I think all the properties exist on these structs. Okay, what else is on the scene description that I can play with? Primitive scene data, scene info data, we already do that. Primitive view object, render matrix. I do set that. I do set that. the scene proxy. Oh, that's already set as well. Or that's set on scene info data. It feels like something that probably should be set. Okay, play. Okay, it's crashing again. Retrieve texture. Am I working on GTA 5? Yep, that's what this is. Yep. Okay, this was not happening before. So wait, what did I change? What did I change? I know I uncommented. This was working at one point. It was working. Did I still have the nanite visualizations turned on? No, we were just on lid. Fucking lid, man. And we were just on lid. Go do. Do I have nanite turned on here? Yes, I do. Okay. Are you the right one? Yes, you are. Are you going to crash again? Yes, you are. Wait, no, you're not. This is different now. Why are you breaking now? You weren't before. Ensure condition failed. Shader table hash. Oh, Jesus. Invalid uniform buffer. I have no idea what any of this is doing. I have no idea what any of this is doing. This is all render thread stuff, which is just like so abstracted. The shader, MALS master. It is mad at that shader for some reason. Which is the material on the guy. Do I need to like recompile that asset maybe? Let's open MALS master and see what happens. Yeah. Show me that. Where is the material here? Yeah, give me that. Let's open both of them while we're at it. Okay. I don't know, there's nothing that stands out here. I don't know, like these ones always look weird. Okay. Just recompiling it and seeing what happens. How long do you do programming? I've been programming for over 10 years. Can you start any course that has worth till 15 years so that we can learn and is effective for earning money until 10 coming years? If anyone tells you they know what the world's going to be like in 10 or 15 years, don't listen to them. Okay, so yeah, it still doesn't like that. Can I just skip, or did we crash? Yeah, we still just crash. Okay, so what is the dealio? Okay, so I somehow broke this. What did I change here that was so bad? Yeah, I mean, it should be fine, I feel like. Look at my Dr. Elliott cheat sheet code here. I'll pop in a different mesh and we'll see if that works as well. So give me that one. Same material though, so this might get all fucksy wucksy here. Render time. Tron refactors ECS V1.220. Hey, I'll at least be on V2, okay? Come on, give me some credit. Give me some credit. Can we continue, or are we gonna crash here? Yeah, we're gonna crash, okay. So somehow I feel like there is just something that is messed up now. I feel like I got it into some state that is messed up. Oh, you highlighted a message. I didn't even know I had that. Can you tell how to get clients without using LinkedIn or Fiverr and Upwork? What method works for me, as I have been trying, but my LinkedIn got restricted? Yeah, I don't have any advice for you. I'm sorry, man. Okay, test lightweight spawner. Let's just give me a completely different mesh. Give me slab D. Cool. Yeah, that sounds good. Wow. Okay, yeah, so something got messed up with those meshes. Something got messed up here. Let me close them. Let me close them. Also unset that. AOS character, blah blah blah, blue boo boo. Are you developing using Android Studio? No, I'm not. I'm not developing Unreal Engine C++ within Android Studio. No. You do know that Android Studio is based off of a JetBrains IDE though, which is why it looks so similar. Okay, yeah, so this mesh just fucking sucks now. Should I just recreate the mesh? I don't even know, like... I'll have to, like, rebake all my textures and shit. I wish this would give me some better... information here. But I guess that's too much to ask for. Shader. Like, what is this? What is happening? I have no idea how to even debug this. What is this? SM, SKM, ALS, IB. Finally, I found something that's like at least somewhat related to what I'm doing here. GPU mask. Yeah, I mean, nothing here can really tell me anything useful. Just give me, point to something that's wrong, please. Please. Or just it just sets a fucking command list, which like I can't. Like, what do I do with this? RHI texture, get texture base. What's the issue? I don't even know. I don't even know what the issue is. Something's wrong with the mesh I gave it when it was working fine before. So like, I don't know. I got it into some weird state. I may just need to recreate them. I think it has something to do with the material. Maybe let's try. Let's just give that. Let's add a different material on that mesh. Let's see what happens. Can you give me some tips to learn and easily understand the Python for network scripting? Suggest any video in YouTube. Oh, I can suggest any video? I suggest you look up, there's one that's really good. It's called Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. That's a good one. You did say I could suggest any video, so that one's on you. No, I don't have any tips for easily understand Python for network scripting. Are you working for yourself or are you doing any job-based work? I do have a job, but it is not in the game dev industry. Okay, so go back to the other one. Yeah, I need a different material. Is there just some like simple debug material I can use? ECG debug green. Sure. Look at his little undies. That's so funny. Okay, so yeah, the material was the issue. That's not displaying on him though. This probably needs like some parameters or something. Probably needs some parameters or something, but like, I guess it's just like, let me just change one of these back. Let me just like undo. I can't undo. That's wonderful. Okay, so I need to find that mals inst. Why was there so many? The issue was something to do with the material, dude. Why are there so many? I just need... There we go. Oh, now he's all messed up. Now he looks... Okay, there we go. Damn. He's so shiny. Should I just give it the master color? I know, we'll try that. He's got some blue undies on. We'll see. It hated that. It hated that. Invalid unit, dude. Okay, so this shader is just like messed up for some reason. It's the Hulk, yeah. I think I need the ye olde Hulk with the purple shorts. Hang on, we'll make him the Hulk here. Where are his legs? Nope, wrong one. Undo. Just have to kind of guess here which one are his legs. Choose. There we go. There we go. Hell yeah. Yeah, so should I just like, I don't know, this material is like messed up or something. Should I just like duplicate it? Master 1. Ah, yes, I remember Master 1. Obi-Wan. Okay, just give it... Okay, yeah, that worked. So something is messed up. Let me go, I'll do this one now. Should probably label them. They're like auto-generated things. Like they're only like by index. No. Okay, so yeah, that material is just messed up. That material is just messed up. I don't know what happened. How does that happen? How do I fix that? Because now it's like I have like a corrupted texture or material or something. I still have the issue of... he looks like shit. It's not full resolution. Can I reparent a material? Material instance. I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I can. Does that work? No? Okay, the instance didn't work either. But that duplicated master did work. What did I do? What did I do to my project that messed it up so bad? Turn that back on. Okay, going back to MALS Master 1. Does this still work? No. Now that one's fucked up. But if I duplicate that one, it's fine. Okay, Dr. Ellie did have some like delete thing here. Here, let me try that. Maybe I need to do whatever he's doing here to delete this. F test proxy data. Because it seems like maybe after I run it once, it sucks. It's bad. Proxy he puts on here. Then he does data as well. T unique pointer proxy data. We'll just call it data. Copying him directly. Data equals make, yeah, not make noise. Make unique, yes. F test proxy data. Okay, so do that. And then in T unique pointer data to delete, and it's just a blank pointer. In Q render command foobar. And he makes it mutable. Data to delete dot reset. All right, let's try that. I wonder if I restarted my computer, if that would like fix the issue. But obviously I'm streaming and I can't test that right now. Failed. Why? Invokes a deleted or inaccessible function. Oh my god, do I have to manually create that? I have to do the move semantics. Copy and move. Scene info data, which is deleted. So what did you, Elliot, what did you do with scene info data? Tell me your secrets. Why are you deleted? Okay, time to find some examples in the engine. I think comments would be nice. Thank you. Thank you. There's not a whole lot of examples of this. Primitive scene desk. Texture streaming transform scale. Interesting. Static mesh scene proxy desk. Do I use that? I do. Feature level. This doesn't seem like a bad example to go off of. Is destroyed in same frame. What does that come into play? You just go to the file here. Is destroyed. God, there's so much red. Hey dude, is this Python? Is the pin message still pinned? Did I unpin that? Oh no, I pinned it in the wrong... Oh, I pinned it in the wrong chat. Yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault. There you go. My fault. Okay, yeah, so the primitive scene description. User data release when render is destroyed. I mean, none of the overload. Okay, I gotta make like a f-test proxy actor data. I don't know, maybe scene info data isn't important. Maybe scene info data isn't important. Comment that one out. We'll just see if that works. We will just see if that works. All right. What do we have? We have a working thingo now, which I probably need to create a new duplicated material. So we're up to MALS master 2. Okay, so now we got to put that on everything. Okay. Okay, so we haven't crashed. Run it again. We haven't crashed. We haven't crashed. Okay, so MALS master 2. We haven't crashed. Okay, I think deleting the data was the key there. Yeah, people think they're so close. Like, you are like the probably 4th or 5th person. You might actually be the same person. I don't remember the names. You're probably like the 4th or 5th person who is trying to get me to shout out for a birthday where it's very, very obvious. It's very obvious you're trying to get me to say something naughty. It's not very clever. I wonder if that actually works. Has that actually ever worked for you? And is that fun? Are you having fun? Let's go back to... Let's make this... Parent this back to the original one. Where is the original one? There it is. Is this going to work now? Okay, it works now. Okay, so I think just deleting the data there was the important part. Yeah, who knew? Me. I didn't know. Force delete. Thank you. Okay, I think we've unfucked it. We have unfucked it. And now we can continue trying to fix his fucking ugly mug. What did I see in there that I thought was interesting? This. If with editor. Extra string. If that's only in editor. Let's try that too, I suppose. Was that proxy desk that it was on? Yeah. I assume we want that transform. Info.world transform. Yeah, fine. That's fine. What else do they have in here that's interesting? Did I pin that? I did pin that. It is Unreal Engine C++, as stated in the pinned message. Feature level. That might be interesting. Feature level might be interesting here. Data scene get feature level. Proxy desk scene get feature level. Wait, why can't I do that? Because it's a pointer. Okay, that's why. Custom override material static map. That all seems fine. Yeah, why does my mesh look like shit? Why does my mesh look like shit? Where's scene data, scene proxy? I set that, right? Scene info data, scene pro... Yeah. And what is... We have static mesh object here. I guess we can run live coding and see if that makes it any better. I don't think it will. The only thing I really changed was the feature level there. Yeah, why do you look like absolute garbage? Do I have the nanite stuff turned on? Okay, I'm gonna try the nanite visualization. I think maybe he's like not rendering as... Yeah, he's not rendering as nanite, is he? No, he's not. No, he is not. I am. My eyes are fucked up, but he is not. Maybe, is that the reason why? You ever just, you know, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Okay, what other nanite shenanigans do we have here? Not really much to work with there. Not really a whole lot to work with. Yeah, it does not seem like it's actually nanited at all. What does nanite resources even look like? What is this object here? Why do I stream myself making the game? Why not? Because I enjoy it. It's fun. I get to talk with other people who are interested in game dev. Bro, you're trying so hard to like get me to say like it's so like this can't be that fun for you. Like I would suggest going and learning something, right? Like you're not gonna get me to shout you out. Go touch grass. Go outside. Go make friends that can entertain you. That's not what I'm here for. Well, I am here for entertainment, but not like that. Not like that. I mean, this is populated with information. You dealing with 10-year-olds? I mean, I stream on YouTube Shorts, so naturally, yes. Naturally, yes. Terminally online 10-year-olds. Even if I turn... first of all, let me make sure that I have the right one selected. Let me make sure we have the right one in there. Yeah, that is the right one. Nanite is turned on. Get a dog, then you'll make friend and have lots of opportunity to touch grass. Yeah. You'll have something to spend your energy on. That's not, trying to get random streamers to say funny word. Try to lerp UVs, apply changes. He's not nanite. That's for fucking sure. He is not nanite. Oh, I unchecked it and I never clicked apply before. Yeah, see, now he looks fine. So this is entirely a nanite issue. This is entirely a nanite issue. Okay, so that's good. That's good to know. I never clicked apply down here. I missed that before. Let's just click all these things. Position precision. Normal. Auto. I'll try that next. I gotta click apply. Gotta remember to click apply. That's so lame that they... Why is there an apply button for that? Why is there an apply button for that? Is it that complicated that we need a specific apply button? No, he still looks like shit. Okay. Position precision. Highest one available. I think that's the highest one. Still shitty. But he's also not even rendering as nanite, right? So maybe I need to focus on that issue. Okay, now he's just invisible. Now he's just invisible in there. Okay, put that back to normal. Fall back. Okay, so I gotta figure out why the nanite is basically not working here. So let's look up wherever this is used. Let's find out if there's any source code usages here. Body setup, interesting. Okay, what are we doing with body setup? Tell me about that. Static mesh scene proxy. I guess, like, we have these scene proxy disks. Does this get initialized from a primitive? Initialize it from a Niagara. Bingo. Boop, 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 boop. I just see like the individual instant static mesh. We can initialize from instant static mesh component, a primitive component, spline component. I guess maybe I should look at how this gets initialized. Use this one probably. Chanel, welcome in. It's all like a foreign language to me, but I can't stop watching. Been here 45 minutes already. Well, welcome in, man. Are you interested in programming? You should try it out if you're enticed here. Characters using nanite. Yes, I have nanite turned on. Mochi, you come in here and ask that every day. I'm not going to give you attention for that. This is like the probably 5th or 6th time that you've come in here and asked if I use Vim. It's very clear that I don't use Vim. Please stop. Please stop. So there's definitely some information in here. I guess body setup might be one that I'm missing. Although I should probably just use one of those. Get body. I mean, I guess if it's a component, I don't have that information, do I? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. Interesting. Okay, we'll try that. Try that. Did someone make a bot that loves Vim? No, that's just... Wait, what is my memory at right now? It's... Uh-oh. I think I may have memory leaked pretty substantially by not deleting that data. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm gonna need to restart my system at some point. Uh-oh. I was like, what's that doing? I don't need that. Yeah, my computer has a lot of memory allocated, but doesn't really all add up. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Oh, I'm saying, do they use nanite? I didn't know they did. Yeah, I mean, you can turn on nanite for any mesh, skeletal mesh included. By the way, any reference article or tutorial how to implement the ECS? I might make one someday. Not like a tutorial, but I might just talk about the approaches I took. But I didn't follow like any specific tutorial or anything. But I need general example how to do stuff. Yeah, I actually used Gemini quite a bit just to chat with about different approaches. So, yeah, that's kind of what I did. Programming is a very specific type of autism. World grid material. This got reset. Jesus, dude, I hate that there's so many fucking materials. Spawner. Okay, let's see what happens now. Question mark. Uh-oh. No! Why did that get messed up? Why did that get messed up? Okay, Okay. And so now I have some corrupted materials again. Or some materials that are not getting cleaned up properly. Is it because I added the body setup? Is that why? Where did that body setup part go? Wait, did that get deleted? Where's the body setup? Am I blind? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Is it because I put the body setup in there? Or was it because I put the... Is it because I put the master in there? That did get, like, reset. Oh, nuts. Okay, hang on. Undo the body setup part. LOD data. Yeah, I probably should initialize this from a static mesh component. Probably should. It's probably a much safer way to do so. I guess the thing I'm wondering now is, like, how do these get, like, cleaned up? I want to know how. Oh, there's so many. Okay, so let's do this. Let's put a static mesh component. We're going to put a static mesh component on here, so. Static mesh components. Let's, I guess we can, in the constructor, constructy boy. Oh, right, I need to. Static mesh components, yeah, that. And then let's get rid of all of this. Maybe all of this. I don't know why he's doing this. I'll need to figure out how things get cleared up here, but we're gonna basically set all that information elsewhere. So let me just, I'm gonna comment all of this out, I think. Probably everything that's not... We'll still make the pointer. Thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Let's do F. Wait, what was it? Static mesh scene proxy. Scene proxy equals. And so that should theoretically set everything I need. So let's find out well, we wanted wait, where was the initialize from? It's static mesh scene proxy desk. It does not have a constructor with things on it, so we do this dot initialize from static mesh component. Initialize from static mesh component. Okay, so we have a scene proxy desk, right? This extends from primitive scene proxy desk. Yes. Primitive scene desk. Okay, what do I do with this now? Hang on. What do I do with this now? Rendering. Nanite resources. Let me see. I need to look at initialize from static mesh component. Where else are you used from? ECG procedural ISM component. Can you explain simply what you're doing? I can explain what I'm doing, but probably not simply. I am attempting to create meshes without using a component by making scene proxies. I'm building a UI framework. Working with so many values, it's hard to structure. Any tips on how to divide logic and variables so it becomes easier? What is making it hard to structure? Because you have so many values? Why do you have so many values? What are the values? Why are you making your own UI framework? Perhaps look at how other UI frameworks are structured and use that as inspiration. Okay, so I want to find, like, if there is like a nice holistic static mesh scene proxy. I mean, I guess you can just directly instantiate it. I would like an example of how it's actually used, but this looks like it's the only example of like how it's actually used. Build scene desk. Primitive scene proxy description. Get scene proxy desk. Okay, let's find out where this is used from then. Create static mesh scene proxy. B, create nanite. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, there's like a nanite F scene proxy. Rather than creating the... Okay, interesting. So they just get the primitive scene proxy. Okay, where is that used at? We got two different examples. Well, think about positioning alone. You can have anchors, margins, paddings, gaps. Yeah. Why are you... Why are you storing that? Why are you storing that information? Like, what? It sounds like you might be recreating the wheel quite a bit. It's like all of that information, like that's for HTML and CSS to worry about, right? I don't know exactly what you're trying to do or anything, so I don't know. Maybe take a step back and think about whether you actually need that information. is like having to, yeah, if you're like manually creating variables for each of those things, like those already are solved things that exist in things like HTML and CSS. And like something like, you know, take React, for example. I don't think that they are, you know, they just take like JavaScript objects as styles that would have paddings, margins, all that stuff on it. But I mean, you know, I'm using an engine that doesn't have a UI framework, so making UI is dreadful. I mean, I think you're trying to solve an already solved problem here a little bit. Like, I think you should, I don't know what engine you're using, but whatever, like in C, there are C++ UI libraries, right? Like there are UI libraries out there, and I think you should probably just use that, or else you're going to be doing a lot of work that is boilerplate, you know, boilerplate problems that have been solved a million times over. So I would probably, if I would never write my own UI framework. I can't imagine a world where I would need to do that. But if you're just doing it for the fun of it, you know, I get that. For like the, you know, for the fun of it, and because you want to learn or something like that. In which case I would get inspiration from other UI frameworks. How do they do it? And I mean, for all of that stuff, like you just need to make hierarchical inheritance to data, you know, separate it in logical portions, just like you would for anything. And yeah, it's probably gonna be a lot if you're recreating all of that. Anyways, create scene proxy. Game Maker. The best we have is Flex panels, but they are just worse CSS Flexbox. The community needs something easier. Oh, so you're trying to make a... What is the underlying language? I know Game Maker has its own like script, but like what is the engine made in? Because I think you would probably want to go to that level and then compile in some other library and create a wrapper around it that interacts with the Game Maker script or whatever the language is. Because like, yeah, otherwise you're going to be... One, you're going to be confined to whatever their scripting language is and whatever limitations that has. But I don't know how Game Maker works. Game Maker Studio, so maybe what I'm saying isn't possible. Game Maker language. It's like JS without closures. I'd be really interested to hear why, like something like Godot, like an engine like Godot or Game Maker, why did they make their own language? You know, that is so similar to existing languages, you know? Static mesh component helper. How did this hook into the procedural ISM component? Godot script put me off Godot. Yeah, I think people who make engines are probably just better, like smarter programmers on average than the rest of programmers. So I'm not going to act like I know better than the people who made Godot or Game Maker. But like just having your own language, I feel like that introduces a barrier to entry, and it lowers accessibility and requires the need for additional documentation. It seems like there's a lot of overhead to that decision. So I would like to know what is the benefit of it? Because like I've heard that Godot is very similar. Godot's script is very similar to Python, Then I'm also hearing game anchor languages similar to JS, so why not just use those languages, right? Because there's already a plethora of information on the web about that, right? I make engines professionally for 2+ years. How many engines have you made? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, so this static mesh component helper hooks into the procedural PCG procedural ISM component. Which is an interesting, that's an interesting correlation there. And I still don't have a good example of like how this is used, but maybe I can just use this as the scene proxy for my example here. Which is, this is a proxy description. So scene proxy, I just like spawn a new thing. So let's do this. Let's do this. Get rid of what do I... So that would just be this part. That would just be this part. Passing in the proxy description. So I guess I can get rid of the proxy description. Do I need the proxy desk here? Did I find where it actually creates this? To do, slight mess. Love that. Build scene desk on the procedural ISM component. How does it feel to be living your dream? I don't think I'm living your dream. Is your dream to stream game dev for 2 to 3 hours in the morning before you go to work? Is that your dream? Neat. Second day of asking, can you try the game Bitburner? I already told you I wasn't interested in that. I'm not really interested in something like that. Yeah, I don't really care about speedrunning some game about coding. I just want to make games. That's all I want to do. That's all I'm interested in. When do you wake up? Around 7 a.m. My team is based on the West Coast, though, so they're a couple hours ahead of me, or behind me, rather. Update primitive instances from compute. What are we doing with the primitive scene desk here? How are my eyes not painting? I have a filter on my screen. And damn, son, you really have a chip on your shoulder? Nice interaction. Because I don't want to do what you want me to do? Why does that mean I have a chip on my shoulder? Look, people, I don't think you understand what... people come in here and spam things every day. There's been a guy who every day he comes in and says, do you use Vim? There's a guy that comes in here with different accounts and tries to make me say happy birthday to some name that essentially is a dirty language. Some piece of funny, it's some funny word or something. You know, people come in here and say the same shit all the time and don't listen. They don't listen to what I say. Yeah, I'm just not interested in doing some coding game. What type of filter? Like one of the nightlight filter that puts like the yellow tint on your screen. I just have that helps prevent eye strain. It's my second time here and I cracked the Python joke. Am I fitting in? Yeah, yeah. You're fitting in with the other YouTube Shorts chatters, so if that's who you want to fit in with, yeah, you are. So it's a problem you have. I get it. It was a question and you spurg out over it. Could have said no and carried on. The thing is, I did that. I did that yesterday. I said no and I carried on. And you have an interesting definition of spurg out. Raise your hand if you think I spurged out in answering the question a second time. All I said is, hey, you came in here yesterday and asked that. I told you I wasn't interested in it. So if that's what you think spurging out is, then yeah, I suppose I spurged out. Yeah, I might just try and copy what they have here. Although this is in a for loop. So I need to know how they clean this information up, because I think that that's going to be my problem. And then what are they doing here? Graph builder parameters. I don't know if anything that in here is necessary. Writing or the right instance data. And that shows up nowhere else in the engine. Interesting. Okay, so that must just be like a debug thing. So the parameters, they're running a shader here. Which shader are they running? Shader. FPCG scene writer C. Okay, we're using a custom compute shader here rather than using a compute graph kernel, because ultimately the scene will update, will incorporate new instance data. In the future, we will not write directly to scene here. What are they doing in this compute shader, I wonder? Where is the actual... Oh, shit, of course they don't, like, put it somewhere nice, do they? It would be this thing. Okay, what are they doing in this compute shader? Write instance custom data. God, shaders are so weird. Thanks for breaking me out of my shorts doom scrolling again. Of course, you made it over to Twitch. Interesting. Welcome over. Yeah, that seems more complicated than what I need. But I think I can maybe at least... It seems to just be for updating custom data, which is like... This seems like a lot for just updating custom data here. So I want to try and find out, like... How do they just create this primitive scene description in line and then they update it and then nothing happens. So it's like, why do they not need to clean it up? Aren't shaders just additional code to influence object behavior? It's a bit... No. I'm going to say no to that. Thank you for the follow. Hello, darkness. Thank you. Welcome in. Shaders are code that runs on the GPU, so you have to use HLSL, and there's a lot that goes into that, especially in Unreal, where like the render thread is its own thing, and there's a render graph and stuff like that. They support HLSL now? No. Yeah. I mean, I think GLSL maybe. I mean, they have their own like shader stuff .usf, but yeah, it's effectively HLSL. Like when I wrote my compute shaders, I was using the HLSL docs. I don't know what actually it is, but I think that it can be thought of in that way, and you'll be fine. Yeah, I'm kind of just sitting here not doing anything, just reading this. Because I don't understand what's happening after this. They build a scene description. They build the scene proxy disk. But they don't like clean it up or anything, which was kind of biting me in the ass and corrupting my materials in some way. And my computers also has like a lot of there's got to be somewhere else that they do it in, but it's weird because they don't like save any of the variables or anything. Reset. Post execute. Prepare for execute. Get HLSL. Well, there's your answer. Thank you for the sub. Welcome. Is this legacy code? I don't think so. It is PCG code, which is new in Unreal Engine 5, so I hope it's not legacy already. Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand what they're doing here, and I feel like if I try to do the same thing, it's going to... I mean, let's at least just copy this part. Let's copy this part. Then I will start to slowly rework it. Okay, so I think that means the proxy desk is something I don't need anymore. Okay. Slight mess, blah, blah, blah. Should I just do the... I gotta like click through it all now. Hang on. There was the nanite one, right? Where was that at? Where was that at? Build scene description. Was it this one? No, that one's just used there. Is this it? Is this all that I looked at before? Oh, right, it was like from here, right? Yeah. So if create nanite, scene proxy, nanite materials. Shit, okay. I'm gonna write this in here. Just as like a mental note for myself. Just comment that out. Where are you used from? Should create nanite proxy. And then does it fill out the material audit thing? I guess so. Just checked in. So no clue so far what you're up to. And honestly, I'm kind of losing sight of what I'm up to as well. Scene proxy. Oh god, this is such a mess. Okay. We just got to start breaking this down. I don't need the skinned mesh, so we can go ahead and delete that. Let's delete the logs. Try to add primitive scene desk init from primitive component. Yeah, get rid of the skinned mesh part. Okay, so this is a little less... Procedural ISM component. I guess primitive component. I could pass in the static mesh components. That would technically work, right? Is this importable? That one. I don't think the... This is probably not exported. Yeah, I don't think that's actually exported. Trying to track down parallelized code is always brutal. I don't think that this is parallelized code. This is just, there's a lot of different things being used here. So I just need to rewrite this, I suppose. Void a test lightweight spawner, get scene proxy desk, probably something that can be const. Out scene proxy desk, let's add that as the parami boy. Get num instances. Okay. Instance. Okay, so this is like, okay, maybe I should switch to the instance static mesh component. Or maybe num instances. Maybe I can populate this stuff myself. Get static mesh. Initialize from static mesh component. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, put static mesh component there. Get num instances and num custom data floats. Not sure. Instance min draw. Instance static mesh scene proxy. I mean, I probably will need to use this. The instance static mesh version of it. What sort of good practices do you do to protect your eyesight after I mean, I don't do anything specific. Min distance, start coal. I'm just gonna, should I? Okay, let's make that. We're gonna change this to a U instanced static mesh component. Get num custom. What? Oh, it's just a num custom data floats. Okay. Yeah, okay, so do that. I'm assuming we're gonna need this as well. The copy pasta there. Get scene proxy. On the primitive component. But the thing is, like, if I'm just using everything off the ISMC, like, isn't that kind of defeating the purpose? And the initialize from is how I got here, right? Is the scene proxy, does that not get created on here? Isn't there a scene proxy on here? No. This is the scene proxy description. How was I setting that before? This is the scene proxy. Yeah, maybe I just use that one instead. Get scene proxy. World bounds. Get local bound. Why is that? I copied that directly. Why are you different now? Local bounds. God, there's so much to set here. Attachment root. Just get actor location, I guess. Primitive scene data. Get scene data. So there's just something that is on the ISMC. World bounds. What is world bounds? Something specific to the procedural ISM component. I think I just want to do the static bash bounds, probably. Local bounds. Oh, that got like. That's on the primitive component. Let's do this. Bounds inverse transform by world bound or yeah, just bounds. Wait, why is that world bounds is what? Oh, it's a box. Is bounds a box? It's an F box sphere bound. But you can convert an F. Okay, so I guess I have to like dot get box or something. Yeah. Get component transform. Just make this get actor transform, I suppose. Okay. Static mesh component. Now change this to, I guess the scene description I have already. So we can, I think that's the, yeah, this is the primitive scene description. Static mesh proxy description. But I guess like this is where I would just initialize it with the ISMC. F instanced static mesh scene proxy desk. No. Oh, it just doesn't like that it's been declared already. Scene proxy description. Yeah, it's like, why do I do all this if I can just initialize from anyway? I mean, I guess that's what it's doing. We're like, is this object slicing? I feel like this is object slicing. We give it the instant static mesh proxy desk to build. Can we just put scene proxy desk in there? Yeah, I mean, that's not, can I just do this? Okay, so, I mean, I guess we have those. Okay, so there's a, let me order these a little bit better. There's a scene description. There is a scene info data. There is a scene proxy. And there is a scene proxy description. And then we just use the scene description to add, and then scene data scene in where was scene info data? That gets added to the scene description, and then we add the scene description to as a primitive to the scene. I guess that's what wires it all up. Okay, so this is all new to me. So the wrapping my head around these different structs and how and when they're used is feels quite slow, and I have no idea if I'm doing everything that I need to. Let's go back to our example here. Am I liking Rider, by the way? Yeah, I much prefer it over Visual Studio. Okay, and then this is like the... Create static mesh scene proxy. So then, like, this is the scene proxy now. Okay, what is component here? That's probably just the primitive. It's just a type. Okay, so it just create a scene proxy. It's a static mesh component helper. Does it matter if it's a static mesh or not? Where are you used from? That's the only place, and is only created from a static mesh component. Thanks for the subs, guys. Welcome. So I wonder if it's going to be okay to use the ISMC. Is that a thing? It is a thing. Uh-oh. Inaccessible. Fuck. That is inaccessible. Is the other one? Wait, where was I? Where the hell was I? Should create nanite proxy. It's protected. Well, that's annoying. Is there a scene proxy thingy on the ISMC? There is create scene proxy. What do you do? This for a video game? Yes. Create scene proxy, which does do the nanite thing, right? This is where, yeah. Okay, so we can just call that. And we don't need to do that. We can just do this. Okay, that makes it a bit more simple. Wait, what does that return? Primitive scene proxy, and this is a what now? Okay, so we're gonna change this to a primitive scene proxy. So I'm making an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain. One where I want to like run the entire world. You know, I don't want to like turn entities or colonists off when you're like out of range or whatever. It's a very large world, so I'm making my own ECS. And I'm doing some investigation today on creating meshes without the use of components, which is like an Unreal Engine concept. And just directly using the render scene to create the meshes, which, if I can get this working properly, it should be much more performant. Should be much more performant. Now, what I'm worried about is this data not getting cleaned up. Now, the scene description, rather than doing data scene description, let's just comment out data, which means we'll need to comment out this as well. Proxy scene, where's my new scene description? Comment that. Primitive scene description. So scene info data. Do I give a shit about scene info data? That does get added to the scene description. So do we build that? Scene info data doesn't get Nothing happens there. So wait, where does that get connected in what they're doing? So the thing about using like Unreal Engine source code as like your example is that like everything is so abstracted. Every usage of it is like in so many different, it's split it like, there's no just like holistic example, right? There's no like, so you can't just go look one place and, you know, find a good example. Yeah, where, let me check, let me look here. Scene info, where are you at? Primitive scene data. What populates that? Wait, build scene desk. Wait, did I not, primitive scene data? Scene info data. Wait, is that what I was doing? Primitive scene data. Oh, okay. Yeah. I am doing that then. Okay. But I'm doing that with the ISMC. Is that might not be correct. It might not be correct. Wait, build scene desk. Get scene proxy desk. Wait, this is something different. So wait, we have build scene desk and we have get scene proxy desk. God damn it. Now I have to figure out what the difference between the two of these is. So initialized from static mesh component is outseen, but it's instant static mesh scene proxy desk. End write access. What does get scene data here? It just goes to the primitive component scene data, which doesn't, I don't think, that doesn't feel right to me. Because I need to tie the scene proxy to it at some point. Get scene proxy, build scene. Wait, I guess I did copy that. I'm so confused. Proxy desk. I have two different proxy desks. Hang on. Why do I wait? Why was I using two different proxy descriptions here? Scene proxy desk. Okay, so I pass in, hang on. Proxy description. There's a, wait, okay, so there's a primitive scene description, and then the proxy, primitive scene, okay, God damn, these types are throwing me off so much. Where do I set the actual scene proxy, though? I guess I should set that. Let's do, I guess that's, is that this one? Or I need the scene data, so like, primitive scene, no, that was the wrong one. Primitive scene desk, scene data, dot scene proxy, there you go. Does that work? What if computer explode? Yes, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if the computer explodes. Boom, welcome in. Bizaki Siath, thank you for the follow and welcome. The playlist is in there's the player on screen that'll show you what the playlist is. Looked at some of the vids, it's looking pretty good. I imagine you're still good 3 to 5 years. Oh, the 3 to 5 years is generous. Generous. Probably more like 20. I am a solo dev though. I guess I'm locked in today. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out some new stuff. Respect for making an ECS sick product. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, trying to do some research, I guess, here into some more things I can do to make the ECS more performant. Well, not really the underlying ECS, but how I use it. But yeah, was I getting crashes from this again? I think I was. Okay. I guess I never set the ISMC, did I? Yeah, that's probably, there's no static mesh on it, is there? Yeah, let's set a static mesh on there. I can turn this into your screenshot emote. I'll just remove the high and add some open eyes. Yeah, if you want to do that, go for it. I can also give you the button press emote as well. You know, this guy. So I guess I do have the two of those. How should I send those to you? Boom offered to make me a free screenshot emote, which is very kind of her. If you guys haven't checked out Boom, she does a lot of modeling work on her channel. Modeling and then also just VTuber chaos. Oh, I never added a fucking static mesh. I just clicked play again like a big dummy. Wouldn't using block code make this easier? Put in chat. Can I put that? I don't have it actually as an emote. I don't actually have it like as an emote. I would have to add it as an emote, I suppose. Yeah, I can find you. You have a Discord, right, Boom? I don't have a Discord, but you probably do. I'll find you on Discord after the stream, I think. Yeah, I'll find you on Discord after this, somewhere. Oh god, that was your stream. Stop that. Stop that. Okay, let's actually, I need to put a static mesh on here. On here, static mesh. Just give me a rock or something. Big Rock 3. Yeah, that sounds great. Big Rock 3 did not get spawned. But we didn't crash. Uh-oh. Okay. Remove primitive. Oh, yeah, that's not a thing anymore. Okay, yeah, we need to fix that. So I guess maybe the primitive scene... F primitive scene desk. I did static mesh scene proxy desk. Oh, I guess there is primitive scene desk on that, so let's use that instead. We'll do data scene desk. Okay, that I think will work a bit better. Okay. Try that. Oh, I need to do this part maybe too. Start that over. Somehow I find pixel games more appealing. Yeah, I don't blame you. There's definitely some. I always find that like whenever a series makes the jump from going like I look at something like Super Smash Bros. 64 going to Super Smash Bros. Melee when they increased the fidelity of it and like added more to the game, more, you know, fidelity across the board in terms of gameplay and visuals and stuff. Like It's almost like the more explicit it is, the nicer it can feel. And like I much prefer Smash Bros. 64 because it's so like simple. Like the actions and stuff are so simple, like, and there's less depth to it, and it's almost like it makes it more satisfying in a way. So I think I definitely get where you're coming from, and that can be on an art level as well. Like even going from like Warcraft 2 to Warcraft 3, where it's like Warcraft 2 was like 2D pixel, Warcraft 3 was completely 3D. Like I love both games, but okay, so did that not save? Did that not save the static mesh? Probably not. Okay, back to this guy. Where is your static mesh? Give me a rock of some sort, large volcanic rock. Sounds good. File, save, compile, save again, save again. Make sure it's saved. We are preparing shaders and textures. Okay, that's done. Show me a rock. There is no rock. Okay, but we can start and stop reliably here. Oh boy. What else? What did I mess up here? So I know I changed some things. Should I ISMC get render matrix? Is that a thing? Yeah, I don't know how much that's gonna help. Yeah, do I need to add an instance? Maybe I need to add an instance as well. Boom. Ah! Well, that's just the ISMC, right? So that's not actually gonna do anything. That's just the ISMC. I got so excited there for a second. Ooh, the scene proxy didn't like that. Is learning coding from roadmap.sh recommended? I have no idea. Don't know what that is. I think I hit the check here, the assertion. Yeah, I did update that. I really can't see this. Come on, show me. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I'm using all the ISMC shit. Initialize from static mesh component. Get num instances. Let's just put one on here and rebuild. That way. End write access. Okay. Did that save my static mesh application? Do. Yes, it did. Okay. Play. Okay, I still don't have a rock. Well, it's working worse than before in that I don't even have anything showing up anymore. Primitive scene. Yeah, I think I'm probably just mix and matching the wrong things here. It's like I'm getting the scene data and stuff from the ISMC. Get a render matrix. The fuck is a render matrix, man? I created a scene proxy. What more do you want from me? Scene proxy. Wait, did I reset that? Yeah, I set that to like my own thing. Let's not do that and see what happens. Wait, what did that say? F-test proxy data, scene info data will be initialized after data member. Oh. Is that okay? I feel like that's okay. Still no rock. Okay, so this is, doing it this way is kind of a bust. I just wanted to make this work for Nanite. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to do. Maybe what I need to do is just do it my way. We're gonna do it my way. But then just the scene proxy itself we will create. We will create the new way, which is that way. Static mesh. Okay. And then the initialize from, I should use that as well. Right? Instance data scene proxy. I have no fucking idea what this is doing. This is not the fast geometry plugin, no. I don't know that... Okay, so for the proxy description, the scene proxy desk, which I kind of want to rename these. Yeah, rename this to scene proxy desk, scene desk, scene info data. Okay, scene proxy desk. I should initialize from, which is we can use a constructor. No? Initialize. Yeah, you have a construct. Okay, I will manually call it then. Dot initialize from static mesh. Oh, it needs a static mesh component. Am I switching to a static mesh component? Can I do ISMC? Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. Cool. Static mesh. So maybe all of this I don't need anymore. How are you? I'm well. Thank you for asking. Thank you. I learned Unity 3 years ago and I left game dev and then became a WAM dev. Well, congrats on paying the bills. I am making a game using Blue. Print. Ah, okay, okay. Let's try that, question mark? I would hope that this sets everything it needs to. Create static mesh scene proxy. I guess that's what I'm doing, right? Yeah, create scene proxy. Is this yeah, that's protected. So you have to do create a proxy, which I am doing, which will hopefully wire up the nanite stuff properly. How long would it take to learn this? That's all on you, my man. As fast as you can learn it, that's how long it takes. There are too many variables for me to answer that question. You will find out the answer to that question by doing it. Okay, what's our dealio here? Scene description, primitive scene data is null. I see. Okay. So that did not get done. Oh yeah, that needs to happen after. Scene info data. Now, where does this come from? Pray tell. Wait, it doesn't interact with that at all? Or that's in primitive scene proxy. Well, let's go back. Yeah, here. Is it in here at all? No, it's not. Wait, where the fuck is this defined at? Primitive scene desk. Oh, scene proxy and scene desk. Yeah, God, they're so, primitive scene description. Okay. Just show me where you're used at. Right, so this is where we get scene data, which we just return scene data. It does return a ref. I mean, do I do the raw variable anywhere? Do I edit that anywhere? I don't think there's any oh, there we go. There's a right. Assign scene proxy. Looks like there's not very many rights here. Interesting. Most of the cases just use a component. Component's existing scene data. So it really just does seem like it's just a struct that exists somewhere. So yeah, I think I can just create that then. Okay. Do you love Unreal? I love Unreal. I don't know that I would ever say I love a particular like programming, you know, any tool. It's like saying I love Hammer, you know, like it's just a tool at the end of the day. I like it. You know, I like using it for some things. I don't like it for other things. Recognize scene proxy from some CD Projekt Red talk. Yeah, that's what we're going off of, or at least trying to. Where's my rock at? I want my fucking rock. Show me my rock. Where is my rock at? Do 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 do. Info data. Scene proxy. Let's not use the ISMC anymore. But it's like if I just have a static mesh component, custom floats, 3. I'm gonna have 3. Just comment that out for now. Yeah. See, if we're just gonna use the information off of the component anyway, like that still requires a component. So, I mean, I guess we're just trying to get it working and see why my mesh was all smooshy faced. Oh, also, let's put this back. Let's also do that. Hang on, rebuild. Someone wants to be good in CPP. What resources or roadmap would you suggest? I wouldn't suggest any roadmap or resources. It all depends on what you want to do with it. How'd the query system turn out? It turned out well. It turned out well. That's all working and done, and it's quite nice to work with. It looks a little bit cleaner too, and it's more powerful. I can do exclusion queries and whatnot. The ISMC is not an ISMC anymore. Oh, actually it is. Wait, what? Oh, I create, right. I gotta change it here to U static mesh component. It's called ISMC, but it's not an ISMC. It's so funny saying code as much as you can, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. I have people coming in here saying like, why are you coding? Just use AI. Stop writing code. They get mad. They see me writing code. They get like mad. I had a guy come in, started right bright and early, started the stream. Told me get a real job because anyone is going to be able to create GTA 6 in a single prompt in a year. Obviously he was trolling, but I just find the duality funny. ISMC gets static mesh. Okay, what? Why are you null? What the heck? Wait, why are you null? Will your game be paid and how much? I don't know yet. I don't know. No idea. Too far from that. Why is it? Do I need to rename it? Did it get like corrupted or something? First of all, there is no static mesh. Rock. It's still fucking null. Okay, I gotta like remake this. Hang on. Okay, change this. Rename it to static mesh. Hang on. Undo. Undo. Rename it to static mesh component. Thank you. Sure. Core redirect. Sure. Okay. Now rebuild. My job using AI is banned. Wow. That's is it government work? Is that why? Is that why? Wait, hang on. What are you saying to me? Go back to that. Scene info data will be initialized after member scene proxy desk. I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters. Does it? It might actually. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's the issue I'm having. Static mesh. The large rock is in there. Very good. Let's oh, there's a rock. The static mesh is actually there and do. Well, now I don't know if the scene thing is going to render. How is that null? How on earth is that fucking null? What? Oh, this is like some corrupted blueprint stupid shit. They corrupted the blueprint by changing this too much. Let me pull up that talk again.
And the last bit is primitive component interface. This is something that we actually didn't figure out for our proof of concept. And this is the interface that will allow you to implement your primitive and interact with editor and also with cooked builds. But for the cooked build, this isn't really necessary. You can get away without it. And again, we have implementation that is ready to use, and you can base your implementation on it. And I'm not sure if I nailed that down, but we have to see everything Epic
Be ready
does
to face the music. Oh, I'm facing it all right. That's funny.
Reference implementation. We have to understand that Unreal Engine isn't built only for us. It's built to have something, build it. We can build. We knew that we don't have to merge, but because there are start moving. So basically, this is our approach, how we're gonna move forward. We're gonna build our gameplay with actors and components, and we're gonna use all the interactivity, all right, to initialize that proxy. I already implemented with the data and proxy to do with them. The first, but again, I'm happy to report that Dominic actually implemented all that. He introduced additional structures to the engine, and I will try to briefly describe to you what they do and what you can do with them. The first group of structure is a proxy description. The proxy description basically allows you to provide the proxy with the data needed for initialization. And the thing is, Dominic did something pretty cool because he already implemented the function for you, initialize from. And if you look inside that, you're gonna see all the code you need to write to initialize that proxy. But the even cooler thing is, if you figure out how to serialize the proxy data, you can recreate it without ever changing the engine. The second group is a scene description. The scene description is a structure that will allow you to provide scene interface with all the data needed to properly put proxy inside the scene, like bounding box. And again, we have already implementation, and we can look how Epic implements that for the primitive component. And the last bit.
Not a whole lot of help there. Not a whole lot of help there, I'll be honest. Okay, yeah, so I've got like a corrupted. I'm just gonna delete this thing. Delete it, and we'll re-add it. And hopefully that, static mesh is null. Fine. Rock. Can we just not? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I have no idea. I have no way to tell now. Let's just make the transform 000, I guess. Primitive transform. Bounds, root position. Let's just do... zero vector. So that I can at least see it as a different... Yeah, it should be, there should be something spawned there. Okay, so this is like just completely, doing it this way is just like completely not working. Initialize from static mesh component. What else do they do in here? Create static mesh scene proxy. That's the protected one, right? Yeah. So I mean, I just create scene proxy. But I guess it's just this guy. We just do F scene proxy. F static mesh scene proxy. So I think probably I just need to use this thing. But I think this is... Let me try to do it my way again. We're gonna do this nanite thing though. I'll do that. We can do that. So I need to get this nanite materials. So we'll need to like re-implement this thing because this is protected. So I can't use it. This essentially. No, don't paste. Copy. And then that would be static mesh component should create nanite proxy. So, okay, yeah. Can I copy that? I mean, I suppose I can just copy this, right? Nanite materials, put that in there. Imports. You want a pointer? Okay. And then you are mad because this is not a component, I suppose. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. And no, I'm not doing this full time. This is just for funsies. Okay, it didn't like that. Should create a nanite proxy component. Why are you mad? Is not a member. Is... Wait, why isn't that a member? What gets passed in there? It's passing in a... Oh, do I need to dereference? No? Wait, what is this expecting? Instance data scene proxy. Component is this. Star, oh yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue. I was looking at the wrong one. Okay, we'll try that. Okay. Okay. Okay, static mesh, are you still there? Rock. I love rock. Rock is there, okay. Yeah, that didn't seem right. Create render thread resource. What was your issue? I mean, it's just an assertion. Okay, we still didn't add our scene proxy. This thing is still a thing. Was the regular implementation not working at all? It was working, but like it was all like deformed, and he looked like he had brain damage. So I was trying to, like, I found this, like, and I figured out it was because of nanite. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the nanite stuff working specifically. I think probably mixing all this stuff with the static mesh component probably isn't we just did proxy desk, which I commented out. How does the proxy description connect? Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work. Right, okay. Is there a desk on here? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, this creates a proxy description, no? Yeah, it does. It just doesn't do anything with it. Okay, so what we would need is... Oh no, I'm initializing it from the static mesh component. So let's pass that one in rather than reinitialize it. Should create nanite proxy. Component. Yeah, and we fill out the material audit. The nanite material thing is, I think, what I would need. And I'm wondering, what did I put in here that did not get added? So, like, I don't see any world owner or scene in here. I feel like I should do those ones. Let's try that. Thoughts on Valheim? Love it. Love Valheim. Great game. I haven't played all the latest stuff, but I did play it when it came out quite a bit. Okay, so what is this saying to me? Resources, runtime resource ID. I have no fucking idea what that means. That does nothing to help me. That does absolutely nothing to help me. And this is begin add primitive command. So it doesn't like my scene desk. I mean, we can skip it. But yeah, it's not actually rendering my thingo. It's not actually rendering my thingo. Okay, let's not initialize from static mesh component and go back to what we had, which was this. And then I just need to get the static mesh from the static mesh components, which that should still be there. Should create nanite proxy. I guess like I need a component for that. Audit materials on the component. I can help you, but with C#. Okay, thanks. Appreciate that. Okay, so this I think is effectively the same as what I was doing before. I don't think there's any other than like setting the location to 0. Maybe I should just be doing the bounds here, regular bounds. Elliot, what did you have? Transform by active transform. So just composing it to the active transform. I'm just gonna leave it at 0, 0. Matrix of scale. Static mesh bounds. Okay, rebuild. Okay. The mesh is in there. I have a mesh. I should be spawning another one at 0, 0. Yeah, this happens. I don't know what to do about that one. My mesh is not there. I'll try with the... I'll try it with this one again. Okay, that one spawns without the assertion getting hit, but he's not... Wait, why isn't he spawning now? Why aren't you spawning? I had it working. Yeah, I guess just this nanite thing isn't working now. Okay, let's just try to get back to homeostasis here. Let's get back into a working state. Equals F proxy. What did he do? Elliot, what did you do? He did F static mesh scene proxy. So I guess the only difference is the material audit. Is there a material audit version of this? Or it's ray tracing. There's so much that happens in here. Holy shit. Yeah, it looks like it's just component or scene proxy description. Try the get body setup. I don't think that'll do anything for me. Okay, so I can create static mesh scene proxy. Right, this is... Yeah, this is just the container for it. And then for this, just F scene proxy, the material audit. And why doesn't the static mesh scene proxy? It does primitive scene proxy. Which, where are the, like, where's the material one? How does it connect to this material one, if at all? Maybe it doesn't. And what, I guess, what does the material audit do? We do with the material audit. Not really that much, honestly. Shading material proxy. Material section. Okay, we're gonna go. We're rebuild. Let's go back to this thing. I think maybe like there's a couple more nanite fields that we can maybe set. Like this one. Does this not have the... Okay, so I guess that's only on the... Would you like to collab on a project? No, thank you. I thought it would be in nanite settings. I guess not. And in this one, in component nanite programmable distance. That is the only place it's used at. Used to forcefully disable pixel programmable rasterization of nanite when the mesh is further than a given distance. What are you initialized to, good sir? Nothing. Like, there's no other usages. So it's initialized to, like, fucking 0? Okay, so, yeah, that one, I guess, doesn't matter. Min LOD. Forced LOD model. Okay, let's see if this just works without doing all the fancy stuff. If not, then... Okay, we're back to this issue. Fuck. Okay. God damn it. We've messed up our material thingy again. Yeah, something weird is happening in how this this gets deleted. Yeah, I wonder if the move information is not... I probably need to change the move things here. Can I... Is there a quick fix for this? Wow, thank you. Do I do it in the same order? Okay. So something different was happening this time. Okay. Well, let's try to change. I guess the fix for this was duplicating this material. And then using that on the mesh. Okay. Okay, I guess let's go back to what. Why doesn't he show up? The location. Okay, so what we did do. That was what we did have. And then the static mesh components. We didn't use that. Instead, we used just a U property for a static mesh. Okay, comment that out. Okay, fine. We can have a static mesh component just to get those to go away. But I'm not going to populate it. It's going to be null. Because I'm not using those right now. And I just want to get this back into a working state. I feel like there's probably just some settings, some additional settings I need to put on this scene proxy desk, judging from this initialize from static mesh component thing. Where is the static mesh? SKALS. The static mesh. Oh, that's. Wait, did I not? I didn't put edit anywhere. Whoops. Okay, gotta rebuild again. How are things going so far? They could be going better. They could be going better, but it's not too bad. We're just trying like some pretty like experimental stuff here. Just trying to figure out how it works. Trying to make meshes with scene proxies instead of components, which we did get that sort of working. But nanite was not working. So I'm trying to figure out why that was. But now I can't even get it back in the working state. And then this keeps happening where like things don't get cleaned up properly. Things don't get cleaned up properly. Why are they not getting cleaned up properly now? That's the question. Yeah, the move semantics I don't think are working here. Why can't I just do data.reset, huh? Let's see what happens. Rather than having to rely on move semantics. I found Corge, a Kotlin-based gaming engine. Thanks for those advice that day, sir. Oh, I don't remember what advice I gave. Started a simple project of my own. Thanks again. Well, yeah, sure, yeah. I don't remember what I told you. But having projects to work on is good. Okay, so I think I have to, like, create another one. MALS Master 2. Oh my god, that's so weird. It like... It doesn't know how to click on it. That's so weird. Okay, so he's there again. He's there again. And he's all smooshed up. His face is all smooshy. Wait, let's play it again. Does it work now still? Okay. Okay, let's put that back to 0, 0 and face him. I'll scooch him back a bit. Okay. Okay, so I think there's just some additional information I need here. What is that additional information I need? You know what? Let's turn back on that static mesh component. Let's initialize from that static mesh component. I'll set the static mesh, I'll mark it as invisible, and I'll even move. Maybe I shouldn't mark it as invisible. I don't know what that's gonna do. But I will, at the very least, I'm gonna move the static mesh off to the side. Set last render time. Okay, so it didn't like that. Why? Why don't you like that? Of course, I can't see like any fucking information here. What in here would be the issue? A scene proxy can have collision? What if I initialize it from static mesh component and then set static mesh component to null pointer? That's probably not a good idea. It's like, dude, I don't want to have to copy all of this information. Like the only, like, none of this seems like it would affect the, like, nanite resolution, right? LOD data, maybe? It doesn't like when I do that. What is LOD data? Static mesh component LOD. I mean, from color LOD parent primitive. Get LOD parent primitive. Mesh paint texture. Material cache texture. It's seen. Set material relevance. Get material relevance. That seems like it may be worth. That seems like it may be worth. Also, data in proxy desk. That's material relevance. Get material relevance. get scene does not exist. We will get world. Get world scene. Get feature level. Oh, which we do there. Okay, so hang on. Let's just do this. Material relevance, in which we will just use this feature level. Set material relevance. I don't know, maybe the LOD data. He will say nothing. Is data science is good? Hey, is data science is good to pursue? Yeah, if you enjoy doing it, pursue it. If you want a more specific answer, you'll have to ask a more specific question. It's a pretty open-ended question you have there. I can't make decisions for you, my dude. Material streaming relative boxes. What is that for? Material bounds used for texture streaming. Yeah, is the texture streaming the issue here? Streaming distance multiplier. You have to be closer. Yeah, maybe that has something to do with it. Distance field self-shadow bias. Let's just try like one by one, I suppose. Material index preview selected. This is all editor information. Like there's no way that's relevant, right? What is LOD data used for? Show me all the places you're actually used. This is nanite resources. Wait, hang on, go back to that. That was interesting. That was interesting. Nanite resources.cpp. What are we doing here? Huh? In proxy desk, LOD data. That relies on the LOD data. Interesting. So yeah, maybe that's why I need some LOD data in there. Let's try the test again. This may not work. This may not work. Did you self-learn all this? Yes. You're witnessing me self-learning right now. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. He looks fucking crazy. I forgot to turn off the... Also, you were supposed to be offset. Why were you not offset? Ah, because you're the root component. Okay, I'm not doing anything with that, right? Yeah, okay, so just, disable it. Okay, yeah, you're still all fucky-wucky there. LOD data seems promising. LOD data seems promising. Maybe I can just kind of shoehorn in the LOD data here. So data, scene, proxy desk, LOD data. It's an array, so we're just going to add one thing in there. LOD data. Static mesh component in LOD info. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? I just add. No, you can't. Oh, you can't change the. It's because it's an array. Right. I have to like. Static. LOD in. LOD log. Does this go like out of scope? I don't know if that like goes out of scope or not. Really? Okay, LOD info, what do you need? Oh, Jesus Christ. Please, can I please get the, this is static mesh component info. Is there a way I can build this easily? Please show me to like a, please show me to some function I can use for this. I wish I could filter this by like reading and writing. Oh, I can. Oh, that's amazing. Wish I knew that sooner. That is not right access. That is not right access. Okay. This is all read at. Wait. So yeah, that didn't work very well. I don't think there's an easy way to do this without just using the static mesh component. Actually, there we go. That's a lot fucking better. Wait, this is a different one though. Fuck. That's different. What is it? How the fuck does this get used? Static mesh scene proxy.cpp. But this is on a FLOD info. Can I do this? What is this? Static mesh scene proxy FLOD info. Can I do this? Give me that. Wait, where is this used at, first of all? Oh, this gets created by the static mesh scene. Okay, so that is created. Does it put that on the... I don't think it puts that back onto the thing, though. So maybe I need to do this after the scene proxy is created. Proxy. There's LOD information here somewhere, right? But it doesn't create that anywhere. It doesn't actually put it anywhere. Static mesh scene proxy. Build the proxy's LOD data. Why do I need to put that on here? I guess it is setting material relevance already. Maybe I don't need to do that. And I guess I have to copy this. This FLOD info is not, I don't think it's the same. It is not the same. Oh, okay. I am way past my time to hop off here. I'm gonna have to figure this out offline. I'm gonna have to figure out why Nanite is not working properly offline. We dug into it a little bit though. And we did get a scene mesh created. So that's good. Who is streaming? Who is streaming? We'll send you guys over to Imaginary Villain, who is another Unreal Engine developer. Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.